Walimu watusaidie kupeana watoto kazi ya kutosha yenye watoto wanaweza fanya. Kwa shule yenye watoto wangu wanasomea walipewa kazi na naona hiyo ilikuwa kidogo. Ningetaka ikue zaidi ndiposa wawe na nafasi ya kusoma hata manyumbani.
Uoga ziko nyingi sana, kama niseme kuna filamu zingine wanaweza enda waone ama wanajionea wao wenyewe. Sasa uoga wangu ile nikiwaacha pale bila mama yao ama yule mtu mkubwa, wanaweza ingia katika matendo ya kusio kwa sawa, kwa sababu yule mtoto anakutana naye kule nje hujui amelelewa aje katika na wazazi wake kule kwingine.
Kwa nini sisi wazazi tumeogopa kukaa na watoto wetu? Kwa jili kweli kama mwalimu ameshapea mtoto homework, amekuja nayo vile saizi ni likizo. Kwa nini hatuwezi kuchukua jukumu? Kweli tuko busy kwa makazi zetu. But ukirudi nyumbani, jioni unafanya kazi gani na mtoto wako? Hata kitambo watu walikuwa wanafunga, wako wanaendanga hizo matuition, but watoto walikuwa nasoma. Ndio hii hata sisi pia tuko. Lakini saizi kitu yenye imejulikana eti wazazi wameogopa kuishi na watoto wao. Wanaona ni ngumu sana. Walimu ndio wanashughulikia kila kitu. Unataka mwalimu afundishe mtoto wako kutembea, unataka mfundishe kuandika, unataka mfundishe kila kitu, na wewe mwenyewe kama mzazi umechukua hatua gani?
Interesting views. Let me hear from Ziana. Where's the microphone? Kindly pass the microphone to Ziana right here and hear what your plan is. You've been dealing with children for quite some time. What is the plan going forward? How can you constructively engage children going forward?
Thank you so much, Trevor. I think what we've talked about, engaging them in these value programs within the church, but we can also engage them in programs that prepare them for the future of work. Because I think a lot of parents are fear technology. And that is why parents fear staying with their children at home. But you should engage them in programs that introduce them to digital productivity, like some programs like myself. I run a program called DigiJuniors that introduces children from age 4 to 17 years into digital productivity skills such as web development, teaches them how to use AI productively, because that is where the future is going. So I think as parents we should engage them in such programs during the holidays, and as a lot of people have said, we need to spend more time with our children. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Trevor.
All right, thank you. Pass the microphone right next to you and then also come to the center. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Trevor. And also we thank Royal Media for inviting us here. My name is Gaetano Mujuka. I'm representing Kasarani Sub-County, PA, and also a member of Nairobi County Parents Association. Before I embark on what I want to talk about parental engagement with children, I have two questions to Mr. Patrick Adika. My first question is, what's the ministerial policy on the challenges of girl pregnancy, deterring children, deterring the girl from getting pregnant, because we have a ministerial policy. Question number two. It has come to attention of most parents that seemingly the primary schools and junior secondary, there's a confusion, and now parents are saying that they are saying that it's better we delink both the primary and the junior. We say it should be segmented so that at least with that confusion that have been ensuing should stop. Now back to the parents now. I think this is a great forum today. First of all, I want to say, as other speakers have said, that parents are running away from their responsibilities. It's very responsible for a parent to think that now your child should be kept in school. It's very wrong, because that's a responsibility. Actually, if some of us parents did not take care of us, then we wouldn't be what we are. You see, it's a responsibility of a parent to take care of his or her children.
Okay.
On that note, some parents here have said, oh, so we are working, oh, we are very busy. What you should do, we have what we call positive parenting. You need to create a space for your child. For example, for the parents who are working, you see, a safe space. That means you make sure that you are leaving your child to a responsible person. If that's a maid, should be a responsible person. Number two, you need also, if you are leaving that child to a daycare, should be accredited daycare. Sio mtu yote tu. You see.
Okay.
Last but not least, you need to budget for those children, because actually it's you who bother the children. So you need to take care.
Okay.
Jukumika bwana.
All right, thank you. Let me bring in Chepkemoi. Chepkemoi, you haven't said anything on this. In your view, what does effective parental engagement then look like? And you've had the concerns from the parents across board. Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor, for the opportunity. And first of all, before I get to your question, allow me to say, when I was coming here today, I was counting the number of days that we have with the children. And since schools closed, we have around 86 days or thereabout. And this means quite a long time with the children. And what this means is a lot of vulnerability. So children are exposed, to a lot of vulnerable things, risks. And this really has a very big impact on their development, on their emotional aspects and well-being. And I like what has just been talked about, regarding teenage pregnancies. And the one thing that parents need to realize right now is the fact that, as has been mentioned, we are the first teachers of our children. But the second thing is around us as parents taking up this space and being responsible. Because if we are not responsible enough, once the schools gates are closing, and of course we appreciate the work that the schools do and the teachers do, it is now our time to take, the responsibility of taking care of our children. So back to the aspect of vulnerability. And this session, really, if we are not careful, we lose many children to irresponsible behaviors. And the fact is that girls become predisposed to early pregnancies, for sure, that many times would curtail their progress in terms of education. Boys as well are not spared, because then they get into activities that really are destructive to their lives. So the one thing about parents and nurturing and modeling and supporting is really to ensure that we are leading and even tasking our children to appraise us. I wonder whether parents here look at their children and ask them whether, they can say 1, 2, 3 things that they like about them. And that is the one way in which we can engage our children. So that when we are there, when we are speaking to them, then we are speaking from the same point and we are encouraging them. The next bit is really to emphasize the role of the parents. When we look at learning outcomes, when we look at a future where our children are thriving, the parent plays a very central role. If the parent is not there, if the parent is not well grounded, then it means there's a lot of aspects like learning loss. I think we've spoken about the fact that schools are opening and children can hardly remember what teachers taught during the other sessions. So it's very important. And now to rope in the idea of effective parenting. One is, staying connected with your children. And many times when we talk about staying connected, it's really not about being away from work. It is about finding this time that we can talk about things, we can discuss issues, we can negotiate with our children. We are nurturing, we are growing a different generation from our times and from other times. So it is very imperative to know that in this generation, there are things, there are give and takes. There are things that we can go away with, and there are things that we cannot compromise. And so the one thing about staying connected would mean that your child can talk to you, without having to be so careful about speaking to you as a parent. The other thing is really reinforcing the family unit, and I think that is something that really made us grounded for the longest time. You know, appreciating that family, appreciating that people around us also nurture children and grow children in the spaces that we are in. And that is very important, because then children realize that there are people who are in or who are supportive of them. Okay. And it's very, very important to take cognizance of that aspect.
As the manager for gender, should you relate with the children differently depending on their gender, as boys and girls? Because there's someone who's raised the issue of teen pregnancies.
Yes.
Should you have a different kind of engagement with your children depending on their gender?
Thank you, Trevor. Very important. And when we talk about gender, of course, gender plays a very critical role, even in terms of, you know, realizing when we talk about education in itself. If we are to create an equal society, if we are to create equal classrooms, if we are to give the same level playing ground for our children, then gender is very important. And when we talk about gender, I think for the longest we have seen it as something, you know, that weighs towards the girls and not the boys. But of course, issues to do with gender have to be balanced by parents, so that when we get into the family circle, we do not see girls, you know, doing the utensils while their brothers are sitting. We do not see, you know, their brothers sitting, you know, on the sofa sets, and their sisters are cooking in the kitchen. So the engagement here is to encourage both genders, you know, the boys, the girls, to really be part and parcel of the family chores. Because the one thing that we realize is that there's a lot of evidence to indicate that when we expose girls to these chores, then they risk they run the risk of, you know, being limited in terms of educational outcomes. And yet their brothers then make so many other efforts. Okay. So the gender agenda is a conversation that we must have, that has to be candid, because then we as parents must nurture a family unit that is equal, a society that is equal. But for as long as we as parents look at the girl in a lens of they are supposed to be in the kitchen, they are supposed to be taking care of their younger siblings, they are supposed to be fetching firewood, then we lose it. But yet, we can reinforce so that in the family unit, we are not burdening, you know, one gender over the...
That's an interesting perspective that you bring. Let me hear from the parents from Kajiado. Where are they? Because Kajiado is a whole different conversation when it comes to balancing gender. Pass the microphone to them and hear, how do you deal with that? Because there's societal and cultural perspectives when it comes to dealing with the boy child and the girl child. How do you balance it as a parent?
Okay. Good evening. My name is Simon Lepaso, Kajiado County Parents Association Chair. I'd like to say times have changed. And I come from a family where we have been brought up differently, because there was no chores for boys or girls. And even in the current times, things have changed completely. And you go to Kajiado, in the homes, the chores are balanced. The mentality that used to say, Ma says we have to strictly abide by a particular set of rules, is no longer the same. So things have changed totally. Okay. And this is, I think, should be encouraged all over, because the gender balance is something that is being encouraged by the Constitution. And so this is actually very effective, and it's practiced along all the time. Okay,
let me hear from Bungoma, because I know Bungoma also, this is the time when you do your initiations.
Thank you.
When you're initiating the young men, bringing them back to the kitchen.
Thank you, Trevor. Just a minute. I just want to appreciate the government of this time of giving us our children. There are some reasons why parents are fearing their responsibility, and this one, they fear they do not give their children good foundation. And that's why you get some parents are fearing this time of holidays is long. What I can just say to the parents, there are some parents here, they don't know even their behavior for their children. So once when you know your child's behavior, you'll not give all the responsibility to the school. So this is the time whereby we need to appreciate also the government to give us our child so that we can monitor. So we need to balance school and at home. You'll know where your child is going through. Because there are some times when your child has finished the school, you'll get some bad news from him or her because you did not monitor from the day one. So let us have time to our children.
Where are the parents from Bungoma? By a show of hands, where are they? Bungoma. Bungoma back there. Let me hear what their thoughts are in terms. Yes, we can start with you and then you pass the microphone to him over there because I know this is the period where you initiate your young men. How then do you tell him to come and wash utensils with the sister? Does it work for you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trevor. I'm Halima Hamisi, all the way from Bungoma County, and the initiation will be taking place in next year, but it's a bit challenged during those months of initiation because they believe boys, after being circumcised, they are now men, and they cannot do some homework, some home duties. So you cannot tell someone, ula metairiwa, like, wash these utensils. No, he won't. Because the time he was passing into manhood, he was told, you are now a man, you stand on your own. And you are now distancing yourself from your mother. And you know, we mothers have some house chores that are different with the dads.
Okay. So now that there are cultural issues, what do you do as a mother yourself to ensure that your children are engaged constructively? Because there's also the cultural perspective, but as a parent yourself, what do you do?
I believe children are just the same. With or without the circumcision, I will treat my kid the same. Even after being circumcised, he will still have to know those chores that he has to do, and I will raise him the same. He will not be above me now because he's just been circumcised.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, I also had two questions.
Yes, go ahead.
I come from a remote area, very remote area, and we've done some data collection with Zizi Afrique. And there is this question that we used to ask parents, do you engage your child at home? And most reply was no. When you ask the reason why, the parents were like, iyo system ya saizi ni ngumu, hatuelewi. So I really want to ask, is CBC really that challenging? And it was like 90% of the replies were CBC ni ngumu. Then the 10% of it, those were the parents that were at least engaging. But they had this challenge that they said there are some requirements that are a bit expensive for them to afford. Okay. So my question to the education panel, is CBC really challenging? Okay. And if it is, how do we help our parents, especially back in my area, because it's a challenge that is hindering them not to engage in their
with their parents, with the students. Okay, pass the microphone to the sir back there from Bungoma. Let's hear what your thoughts are on this. Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm Kalista Siwaswa from Bungoma. Also, I will concur with my colleagues that we as the Western region, when a boy circumcised, we have some activities that he will not do. But we normally also force that if the girl is maybe washing the utensils, we can say that let the boy go and fetch the water because we have a tap. So that is now to share. And also, we are the parents that let us give the students or the learners conducive environment. Yeah. Let us not quarrel between the families. Okay. So when we quarrel, we disappoint the learners. Okay. So let us have conducive environment and also be close with the child. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to hear from the learners in here. They've raised their hands. I think they already have uniforms. If you kindly pass the microphone to the learners over here. Let's hear
Thank
from
you
them.
so much,
We're talking about
Trevor.
Ma'am, are you a learner? Kindly pass the microphone to these young learners here first. Then I'll come to you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes. Start with your name, young sir.
Thank you for this opportunity.
My name is William Omondi. I'm a GSS student from Badili Educational Center, a private school at Dandora Phase 4. And I'm here to talk about the positive effects of this long break holiday, that's November and December. These long break holidays, it has helped us as children to recover from our academic pressure, that whereby this rest has also improve our overall well-being and also increases motivation when we resume back to school. Secondly, is that it is an opportunity for personal growth. Learners now can explore interests outside the curriculum, like spending time with their families, that will help them to build their confidence, social and emotional growth. It has also enabled us to work with our hobbies and to express them to our parents. Now I just want to tell parents this. Is it a must to correct a child by beatings? Because I believe that some conflicts can be resolved by dialogue.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Thank you. Is that it? Yes. You can. Are you done? You. Thank you so much. I like the way you've structured your presentation. And let's hear from you. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cecil Flora, a student from Achego Girls in Kisumu. And I'd just like to speak about the negative effect of this holiday. This holiday is too long for the children, that make them to lose their academics. But you find a student back at home does not want to attend tuition simply because he just fears those his or her friends seeing her carrying a bag from school. He says that they laugh at me, seeing me, peer pressure also is just one of the challenges, and the students are being forced. If you find one of my friends is taking drugs, so parents should also be much attentive to their kids and be so monitoring on what your child is doing, on what your child is not doing, the do's and the don'ts of your child. You don't find the child, a young teenager like me, is taking drugs that are not healthy for the health of the students. I'd just like to tell this to the parents: be more friendly to your child so that you may understand one another and get what your child likes and does not like. Also, as a boarder, according to the suffering that I passed through in school, I'd just like to encourage the parents that when we are back at home, you should just pamper, not that much, just be
okay.
Just even not be that harsh or even that strict. Just loosen the rope
grip.
Just a little. Don't tighten it too much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you still have some few learners here at the back there. Let's hear from those two learners at the back over there, and then I'll come to you, ma'am. Yes. Start with your name, young sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Collins Ganga. I'm from Josna Primary and Junior Secondary School. I would like to answer her Mrs. question that CBC is actually not hard. In school, we learn about CSL learning. That is where a learner takes whatever they learn in class to come and help the society around us. Now, if you take some time to look at your child, you'll actually see what they are interested in. And you can also give them opportunities to nurture their talents. So in CSL, I would like to ask the parents to give us learners some opportunities to help the societies in ways we can, and how we are gifted by God, because not everybody is gifted the same way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, right next to you. I think there's a learner right next to you. No, it's okay if you don't want to say anything, it's fine. No pressure.
Hi.
Yeah.
My name is Brianna Githu from Josna Primary and Junior Secondary School from Rhine. And I would just want to tell the parents, try to understand the learners. We go through a lot in school, from academic pressure, like peer pressure in school, so it's not that easy. And just try to understand them and be there for them. Yeah, that's
okay.
all.
Thank you very much. Yes, young sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Trevor Mbicha. My name is Kalpita Sogango from Justin Academy, Utawala. And I want to tell you that my mother's engaged me in doing activities like cleaning, helping in cooking, and I have a program in Gravity CBC Center. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now there's a lady who wanted to say something and we took the microphone from her over there. Yes, ma'am. Pass the microphone over here. Tafadhali, let's hear what you had to say. Yes, ma'am. It's your turn now.
Thank you so much, Trevor, for the opportunity. My name is Janet Kutore. I come from Bungoma. As my colleague has put it, surely in Bungoma we have a challenge, but we thank God since Zizi Afrique came to our place, it has really brought a positive impact, whereby we are moving around in schools through our head of institutions, sensitizing parents about parental empowerment and engagement, whereby we are talking to our parents, sensitizing them on the importance of taking part in supporting our people's education and how to be with them when we are at home.
Okay.
Sincerely speaking, it has really brought a positive impact in our area.
Okay.
Though the turn-up when it began, it was low, but as we are speaking now, at least people are getting out of that low rate, and we pray that God helps us so that as Bungoma, we move away from the Bukusu circumcision ceremonies so that we can also get enlightened and also move away so that our children can even see the light.
Okay. All right.
Through the church also, we are doing well.
Yeah.
We pray that God helps us so that we move away from that practice.
All right, thank you so much. Are there any learners I'm leaving out? Where are the learners? Any learners who want to say something? Yes. First learners, you've already spoken. Learners, ma'am. Learners. Students. Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Britta Amanda, and I would like to agree with what she said about talents. So every learner is gifted with different talents. As for me, I'm a young actor, and I'm also a dancer, and if you have to show your talents, because anyone is watching, like Lulu Hassan might be watching on, or any celebrity might be watching and might want to take you. So you have to show off your talents so that one day you will succeed in life.
Thank you so much. I hope Lulu Hassan is actually watching. Yeah, so let's see. There's another learner back there. I'll come to the parents in just a short while. Let's hear from the young people first of all, because we're talking about them and they are here with us. So let them tell us what they prefer.
Good evening.
Yes. Yes.
My name is Chris. I'm from Bright Gift School, Junior Secondary. For me, I would like to talk as a son and as a friend. What I would like to urge the parents to do is to listen to us more, and more so reduce anger issues. Because most of the parents, when you tell them something, they easily get angry.
Okay. They easily get angry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to the parents, don't be overprotective or insecure.
Okay.
Ukishamaliza kupewa kazi, acha watoke nje kidogo.
Okay. Thank you. Pass the microphone back there. There's a young learner at the back. Young learner at the back there. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Joel Zawadi. I come from Our Lady of Mercy Junior Secondary School. I'd like to advise the parents to they should be there for us too. We also have talents. They should help us improve in our talents. And when one day I wanted to go to a friend's house and my mom refused because I finished all my chores. I did everything she asked me to, but she still didn't let me go to my friend's house. So I'd like to ask the parents to not be overprotective, because we also have friends. If we were to rule you guys, you have your friends. You don't want us to go to our friends. So if we cannot go to our friend's house, then you too cannot go to your friend's house.
Just as you have the microphone, do you understand why parents can be a bit protective when it comes to some of your friends? Just give her back the microphone. Do you understand why? Do they explain to you why you shouldn't go to your friends at a certain time? Do they explain all this to you?
Yeah, because we shouldn't be out of the house past 6 p.m. because there are kidnappers, murderers, thieves. So we don't. There are
So
many
you understand
people
why they don't want you to go?
Yeah, but still, we also have friends, so they should just let us.
Okay. There's another learner over here. Let's hear from them in here. Yes, only if you're comfortable speaking. If you're not, it's okay.
So my parents engage me in studies, and I have to follow a timetable from morning to noon, and I also have leisure time that I can do whatever I want, like riding my bike and also rope skipping. I also go outside to play with my friends.
Okay. And you're okay with that?
Yes.
That plan of being engaged in academic activities and some extracurricular activities, you're okay with that?
Yes.
Or would you like anything different?
No, I like it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You can now pass the microphone to the parents so that we hear them. Yes. And there's a lot of you who have to just be very brief so that we get as many as we can.
So
yes.
Thank you very much, Trevor, for this opportunity. Speaking as a parent and as a teacher, one thing I feel is a disconnect between the parents and the learner, the student, because you find most of these parents, they are neglecting their roles and leaving it to the teachers. Because you might find as a teacher, a learner comes to you or a parent comes to you and tells you that mwalimu, huyu mtoto amenishinda. So what does that tell you? The parents have left the role of taking charge when it comes to discipline of the children. So the parents should be fully involved in that is the children growth. Secondly, there is what we call the parent and the children relationship. The bond has, it's not there. Because you find most of the learners, they are suffering. Because especially for the parents, for the learners who live with their mother, and maybe the mother have been married by somebody, or that's another man, the stepfather. We have, as teachers, we go through a lot because we are so close with these students. They tell us a lot, and you find some of these learners, they are suffering. Here they can't tell their mother. They are suffering. Here they can't tell their father, because there is a disconnect between the parent and the children. So we need to be more close as parents. We need to engage. We need to have a conversation. We need to know how are they behaving. Okay. Don't overprotect, as the boy has said, not the girl. Don't overprotect, but at least know what they are doing, monitor their moves, and you can also guide them on the kind of friends that they are supposed to choose.
All right. Thank you so much. Pass the microphone to the front, yes, and I'll only take 2 from here, 2 from there, and 2 from this side, because it's almost midnight. Yes.
Trevor, my name is Frank, and I'm a teacher. And today I go home and sleep a very satisfied and happy teacher. Not because I come to this show, but because today around noon, a parent walked into my school compound with a child anticipating to join grade 7. So obviously we undertake these children, they have to do an interview for them to be accepted. When I placed the papers for the interview on the table and told the learner to sit down, she hesitated and she told me, "Excuse me, sir, I already did this exam and scored 92%. So I was very excited because of the honesty of this child. I almost said to the child, I will not conduct interview for you. You are actually qualified because of the value of honesty that I saw on this young girl. Her name is Joy. I can't forget that name.
How did she access the exams?
Pardon?
How did she access the exams?
What had happened is when we were setting exams, we chose a certain paper that was very unique. The school chose that paper.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it happened that in the school that the child is coming from, they had done the same paper as end of term exam.
All right. I thought maybe the parent has figured out something.
No.
Mwakenya mambo ni mingi Nairobi.
So this child was so honest, and I commend CBE for this.
Okay.
Instilling values in our young children. It's something that goes beyond even the education that we get with degrees and diplomas. Secondly, as a teacher, I would like to say this, that let's not make the holidays as though they are punishment to the learner, to the teacher, and also to the parent. We can devise methods and ways of making sure that when the child goes home, we don't burden them with assignments. To answer what a parent asked from Kisumu, that the holiday assignment that was given from their school is already done. It was not enough. I would say this: let's not burden these children with assignments from home. From school. That it's like they are carrying the school back home.
Okay.
It should not be the case.
All right.
Again, also, the parents should also not treat the child in a manner that they would want to go back to school sooner.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pass the microphone. Just one more to the lady over there. Yes. Then we'll finish with, I'll come to you shortly. You already have the microphone, so it's okay.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Trevor. My name is Eunice Bahati Muisio, from a third-year student from Machakos Teachers College. First, I would like to urge all the parents who are listening to us to allow the learners to practice what the practicals that they learn in the schools. For example, in the practicals, they learn how to wash handkerchiefs. They learn how to wash utensils. Let us not leave all that work to the house helps. Let us give the learners the opportunity to learn those practicals and practice them. Another thing, I would like to appreciate Zizi Hafrik for introducing my village holiday camp to our village and our county, Machakos, in Machakos. And this organization has really helped us, and it is a project that is helping many learners in literacy, in reading. So I would like to appreciate Zizi Hafrik so much.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am, and then I'll go to the other side.
Okay,
yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aranita Nyakuboki Obegi from Nairobi County, that is Langata. First of all, I want to say thank you for this show. I think it is one of the best because most of our parents, I know we are overwhelmed already and the holiday has not started. Number one, I can just say it is our responsibility as parents.
Yeah.
We have no way to run away from our own responsibility because this is a God-given opportunity. Why am I saying this? We have a lot of things to instill in our children. The longest time they stay in school, I can say we have like 2 hours with our children. When they come home, they are tired, they do their homework and they sleep. What time do we have to instill discipline in them, instill honesty, integrity in them? We don't have that time. And I can just say, once we train our children, as little as they are, to do the little chaos in our homes, I can tell you they make them develop their mental health. They tighten their muscles so that they can, when they grow up, when they go outside, that they can be able to tackle the challenges of this world. But what do we do as parents? Okay, I know we need to have house help in our houses, but we leave everything for the house help to do. Even we don't delegate and give these children roles to do.
Okay.
Why am I saying this? I can just say out of the experience that I've gone through, the last time I employed a house help in my house, that was back way in 2015. That is when my son came and told me, Mom, I think we don't have to have any house help in this house. And that is when he was 9 years, the sister was 7, and the other one was 3 years. I was like, how am I going to manage this? But believe you me, until right now, I've never. Because I trained them to do their duties, wash their clothes, do utensils. My work was to cook.
Okay.
So we need to train our children as young as we are. And again, parenting is a continuous process.
Okay.
We should never run away from that.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, you have the microphone there, so I'll come to you and you, sir, and the final one over there. Yes.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Teacher Austin Agura from Embakasi South, Mukuru kwa Jenga. I'm very delighted today to be here for the second time, Mwambija. First of all, the CBE, I would like to congratulate the government that we are doing well, because out of 17 countries who are doing CBC, Kenya is the best. Yeah. So the issue of engaging the learners, for example, let me start myself. I've closed the school. Now I'm outside there in the community. What I do with the organization called Slums Outreach Program, we offer the mentorship to both boys and girls. We have a certain madam there who is engaging girl child, and also I'm also engaging the boy child in terms of football, in terms of mentorship about the drugs. We are forgetting the community. I'm seeing most of the parents are just talking about the parents, but we are forgetting the community. That is where we are living. So let us also cooperate with the community and organization that are there within the slums or within your community, so that we can help the learners when they are outside there, and not that giving them homework. For example, in my school, we don't give them homework when they are going, especially during this long holiday. That is the time for them to be with their parents and also to engage in other activities.
Okay.
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Yes. Pass the microphone, then I'll come to you. You've been raising your hand from the back there.
Yes,
back there.
I must say that I'm a happy parent now that the schools have closed. I'm the happiest parent in Kenya so long as far as the schools have closed. I'll say this. Thank you for Citizen TV giving me this opportunity to be here. Trevor Mbija. Nawasalimia amjambo. Kwa majina naitwa Eric Ambuche, na nimekuja hapa kama mzazi na kama guardian ya several students in various schools in this country because of the nature of work I do in the slums of Mukuru kwa Njenga. And I'll be very brief. Shule zimefungwa kweli kwa holiday ndefu, na ukienda round utapata kwamba wazazi wengi wanaogopa kukaa na watoto. Sababu mnazijua. I'll just be very brief by saying the challenges that somebody like me go through in Mukuru kwa Njenga. Kwamba kule sehemu za watoto kuchezea hamna. Wakati ambao wako nyumbani sehemu za kuchezea hamna. Changamoto ya pili ni kwamba kuna infiltration kubwa ya pombe haramu and drugs. And this challenge, I want it to be answered by the four panelists because you are directly involved in this. Inaharibu watoto pakubwa. Idara zile ambazo zimetwikwa hilo jukumu la kupambana na mambo ya pombe na mihadarati zimelala zi. And you can imagine an idara kama Nakada. It is not being filled even 0% in Embakasi South Sub-County, despite receiving allocations of those millions. And I think I say the four panelists because I know you have a right to challenge them. Because if you come to Kwa Njenga, you will be surprised the mess that the drugs and the illicit brew are doing.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You said you'll be brief. So pass the microphone back there. Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes.
I'm Michael Karanja, facilitator at Gravity CBC Center. It had been mentioned somewhere, and I can say at that place the solutions to all these kind of issues I'm hearing here, they are all there. Because ours is an edutainment center. We combine education with entertainment. And we have so many programs for these young boys and girls, especially during the holiday. We have various programs like Life Skills, where the learners come, we take them through. whether it's an organized group like the churches or that, we have those kind of things with us. Even if it's the Muslims, they do just come. We give them all the best. And after they have gone through part of learning, we take them to for games. We have so many games. Right now we have a cultural bomb. I have heard so many parents here saying about taking the parents back to the village to learn about their culture. We are coming up with a bomber that is a cultural bomber whereby the learners will come and experience the culture from their home, even if the child is in Nairobi, because some of us parents here do not take our kids back home. They don't take them to the village.
Yeah.
So for them to learn that culture, we have that bomber there. They'll come and get to know about the culture from that place. And it's a place where even if you bring your kid, those parents who have got an issue of maybe leaving so early in the morning, if you can bring your kid there and leave the kid with us, you come for the kid in the evening around 6, you'll find the kid very comfortable.
Okay.
I heard one of the panelists talking about feeding. We have got very good food there and very cheap.
Okay.
So
thank you. Thank you so much for that.
What I'm coming up with is, if you happen to visit that place and you bring your learners here, your learner will be taken care of. And one parent talked about CBE being quite expensive. CBE is very simple and very cheap, simply because we use locally available materials. The reason why we are making it so kind of complicated is because as a teacher, because I'm a facilitator as well as a teacher, if I'm told to give maybe a project coming up, I want to burden the parents with buying very expensive things. But even in those projects that I have, they come to their place, they'll see them very simple, using the locally available materials. Like now these bottles that we are having water here. To some, it could be useless. But you come to the place.
It's useful.
Them how
Thank you so much. We have a community policing expert here, Rhoda. I'd like to hear what Rhoda has to say, because Rhoda is, from the security perspective, I've gotten your note here, and it is an interesting conversation you're having. Let's pass the microphone to her, then we finish up with this line. Up with the microphone, let's pass to Rhoda from the security standpoint to hear what her thoughts are. Where are the microphones? Pass the microphone to Rhoda, a community policing expert here. What is the concern, Rhoda?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Rhoda. I work with community policing. My role goes to our parents. Right now, since the schools were closed, we have many cases of lost kids. My question goes to the parent. If that kid was at the school, angekuwa amestaki huyo mwalimu, nauliza huyo mzazi saa hii anastaki nani? Another question, our parents, I don't know where they lost the way, they are supposed to go back, wajiite kamkutano. Because some parents, we have many cases where parents are funding their kids to go and hire the B&Bs. When they go there, they are using a drug called Calpo. When you mix Calpo and Fanta, soda, it becomes a poison. They are saying, when you ask them, they are saying they feel highly when they take that drug. It is a Calpo, the one a parent used to give kids when they have a cough and whatever. When you mix that medicine, it becomes a poison.
Okay.
We have a case where one kid went out with his boyfriend. And when they went there, they used that drug. Unfortunately, msichana alisindiwa na hiyo ndawa. Sasa boyfriend, he took a girlfriend to the M-Pesa. And unfortunately, the girl died.
Okay.
When we tried to come up with a solution, kijana anasema, she was my girlfriend. And when we consulted and called the officers, mzazi anauliza officer, who are you? They were girlfriend and boyfriend.
Okay.
What is your problem?
All right.
Unapata mzazi ni shinda tupu. Tafadhali sisi wazazi tuangalie watoto wetu msimu huu. Wengine wanaachilia watoto wanauza sweet on the street. They are begging all over. When you go down to the CBD, they are all over, selling, begging kindly parents.
Thank you, Rhoda. Pass the microphone back there. There's a lady here who needs to speak. Yes, and then pass to the two ladies over here, because the ladies haven't spoken much. Yes.
Mr. Trevor, for this opportunity. I'm Westelle Levina from Bungoma. Yeah, parents, it's our duty. It's our duty to take care of our learners, because when they are at school, we feel like we are free. But when they close now, they come at home, we see that we are very much interfered with them. No, let us take care of them.
Okay.
They are our children.
All right.
I just want to thank the Ziza Freak for making Bungoma to be aware of being empowered and being engaged with the learners.
Thank you.
Now we know that CBC is a curriculum whereby boys and girls are all equal.
Okay.
During the projects, for example, we have projects at school. The mixed school, they do projects, maybe cooking. They don't say that girls will cook and boys will wash.
Okay.
Both of them, they cook.
All right.
So we have to give them those works at home. We don't have to give them time to move around.
Okay.
Then also parents, for us, for our learners to be safe, let us also provide for them materials.
Thank you, ma'am.
For example,
pass the microphone
balls.
behind you. There are two ladies here behind you and this lady over here, and we close. Yes.
Thank you very much, Trevor. To the teachers that are here and also the teachers that are watching us, you have just confirmed that the parents cannot handle their own children they gave birth to. So when you are handling them, please also take it slow. Be easy on us when you are handling them. And also, we've just been talking about the parents. How about the religious leaders? How about the church? What is the role of the church also in the community? Like I was watching a TikTok and I saw a girl saying, wazazi wenye wako na watoto Nairobi mlete watoto mapema ni wafunze malako. People from Bungoma, I think they know what malako is. So that's like a confusion siku ya Christmas kwa line. The church is also playing a big role, but how I wish there was a representation from church here to also tell us what they are doing to the learners, what their roles also as a church.
All right.
Okay, and those who are complaining about food, there is a solution for that. As early as grade 3, the learners are taught on how to grow, on how to, like the kitchen garden, on how to provide food. Even here in Nairobi, planting is not a problem. When you visit that center of Heart of Gravity, you see Sukuma Wiki flourishing in a gumboot. Okay. You see tomatoes in tumblers. So planting is never a problem. Okay. So they can produce their own,
produce their own food. Thank you. Pass the microphone to the young lady over here. Let's finish with the ladies. Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity, Trevor. I'm John Wagaki Masharia, a teacher and a cultural enthusiast. I can see the room is hot, and I want to make it cold a little bit. One is, I think we have forgotten about our roots as parents, teachers, and also as learners. We need to understand the importance of culture and what culture bears in our community. I'm really proud to see, Trevor, you're having a bangle that is very cultural, representing all the tribes, with a touch of peace, the whites. I can see Kenyan bangles over here. I can see the Masai shuka, and myself, I have cultural Ankara print. Now, this is what we should go back to. About the food, come, I have heard about the gravity bomber. Come and learn about the different foods from there. Come and see the small two bombers. I've visited the center myself. The small two bombers, how the Luos lived like, how they paired the wives to the side, how the Kalenjins had the first and the second wife. I think we are running away from the original thing that we need to, and this is the gap that we are creating. We have this BCG kind of mentality where we are busy creating gaps, you see, the BCG. Let us not create these gaps, but come up with solutions. Okay. With these solutions, and we go back to our cultural roots.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from the panelists. Guys, it's almost midnight, and we have young people here. Obuhatsa, yes. Well, let's hear from Obuhatsa, very briefly. Yes, sir, very brief.
I'll be very brief. Thank you, everybody. I want to go to
just a few points. One, my brother over there, I don't know, you said you're from which, the what? The Center for?
Yes, Gravity.
Yes, I want to begin with you and correct you. That there's a reason why schools close. Otherwise, it will just be expressed all throughout, from day one to the end. Even you don't just take tea from morning up to evening. You sometimes break and take lunch, isn't you? So schools close so the parents can have enough time with their children. That's why you are now blaming them here. Because schools want to take 3/4 of their time, of the time of the children, and just give parents a second only at home. So we need to have that. 2, parents are not trained professionally through teacher training colleges, 4 years or 3 years at the university, like the teachers have done. Teachers are professionals. And when we come to the handling of children, when I hear a teacher saying that they want to be given authority to cane children, first of all, caning is very painful. Hata mimi singependa. And I have my own child. My child can never entertain caning. Children should be put on table. There should be debate of negotiation. And first of all, teachers, you must understand, before you cane a child, give the child enough time to defend himself or herself. Argue. Let the child also understand that before you cane, remember also the Act protects children from being injured. There's the Children's Act, and there's law. So we should not talk about caning children, but we should talk about positive parenting, using all the means that we can use available to train our children. Freedom of the children. There's people talk about freedom. Sometimes too much of something is poisonous. If we just allow you as a child that you go and range around like a chicken that is just free, at the end of the day, is you who will come back at home with problems.
Okay.
Trevor, let me use an example. Just 2 weeks before schools closed, I visited one school in an area I cannot talk about. I found 39 girls pregnant. 39 girls pregnant. Just because their parents have given them freedom all through. So we are saying this. What's the way forward? Parents need skills. Okay. And I want to thank KICD, ICS, CISAFRIC, World Vision, Usawa Agenda, that have given us support to reach as many parents as we can. Okay. KICD has helped us to reach 24 counties out of 47, training parents on all the skills that we are talking about here. CISAFRIC has done this. All this, they have done it. Okay. ICS has trained our parents on positive parenting. I remember that very well, madam. You have done a very good job. So, as you are sitting here as parents, let us understand that children also think. They don't just think, they think critically. And that's why you talk about the competencies.
All right.
We should be role models and do what is right so that the children can copy this. I don't have time. I'll have talked too much. But I say as parents, let us protect our children from harmful happenings.
Thank you so much. It's almost midnight. I'll give you 2 minutes each for my panelists to clear on this conversation, starting with you, Sikulu. There was questions from you in terms of costs, timings, ministerial policy on teenage pregnancy, CBE, how to train parents. 2 minutes in summary.
All right. Quickly, starting with CBC, the question was, is CBC challenging? I think the child already answered you. It is not challenging. Let me suggest to parents that, please, education is always futuristic. The education that you went through was relevant for the days you have lived in. And that education is irrelevant for the days that are coming. So these children are being trained for tomorrow, not for today. So don't panic on their behalf. You know, don't panic on their behalf. Their issues are not your issues. The CBC, the competence-based curriculum, or rather education, it is, as it suggests, competency-based. So there are 7 competencies that the children are gaining as they go through their education system, which you need to support at home. The first one is critical thinking and problem solving. So the children are learning that. So that's why they wonder when you command. Why are you commanding without thinking? You know, they wonder. I mean, they come home and they think you are a joke, you know. The second thing that they are learning imagination and creativity, which means anything you imagine in your mind, try to do it. You are used to imagining and fearing. You know, all of you start the year with plans for the year, and you do nothing about it. These ones are taught that when you imagine something, you try it. You imagine that you can skate, then they ask you for a skateboard, and they start skating. Now, and you're busy saying, utaanguka daddy. You know. Then the third thing they are learning is digital skills. So they are being taught to experience digital world. Sometimes when they come to you, they tell you, they have been told maybe by their teacher, go home, find a digital gadget, touch it, see how it feels. Then when they come to ask for your phone, because you have saved Joro Auba inside the phone, you are afraid to share your phone. And so you think they want to read your messages. The children are learning digital skills. Allow them to explore. The other thing they are learning in school is self-efficacy, which means they are learning to depend on themselves. They are learning to be successful as individuals. So they are not being told what to do like we were told. You'll be a farmer, you'll be a lawyer like me, you'll inherit my law firm. They are not taught that. They are taught to find something that demonstrates their being. Okay. They are also learning to learn. Learning does not end for them. Yeah. If they don't find an answer with you, they will Google it. If they don't find it on Google, they will ask a neighbor. Yeah. They don't stop. Many of us, when you are asked questions, you don't answer because our education system did not train us to answer. Our education system was like police. But their education system trains them to answer questions. And the last one, Trevor, they are taught communication and collaboration. So they don't fear. You know, in the morning I met one of them while I was leaving my house, who is a neighbor. And then I asked her, how was the exam? It was okay. Is your mom in? Yeah. Can I say hello to her? He said, no, my dad is around. Now, I don't know what that means. So I don't know. I don't know whether she suspected I'm a bad man or something. But then they are also taught citizenship. So that's CBC for you. So please take it easy at home when they come and use every opportunity to get them to learning at home. In CBE, learning is not academic. Learning is wholesome. So all those things I've talked about, find opportunity to grow with your child.
Thank you. Ogutu. Closing remarks very briefly.
Thank you so much. Interesting conversations in the room. As much as it takes a village to raise a child, because we're talking about teachers, religious leaders, and everybody else, it is our primary responsibility as parents to take care of our children. It's our God-given gift and responsibility. We will be held to account. We appreciate that sometimes it's challenging, but there are tools and resources that have been made available through various organizations, including government, that has rolled out the National Positive Parenting Program that is now being rolled out in all the 47 counties. So don't be afraid to understand the world in which your child is growing. Understand the risks that are there, build your skills, build your knowledge so that you know how to relate, engage, and, you know, connect with your child. Our children have just told us, I have 3 myself. Go home today as a take-home tip. Tomorrow morning, sit with your kids and ask them, how would you like us to reorganize our home so that it is good for you, it is good for me. Let's just go out and try it with our children. And if we create that space, they'll actually tell us, Mommy, I don't like the way you do this. My son has a way of, you know, telling me on the spot, I don't like the way you do this. I'd prefer if you give us more of your time. We don't see you during the week. How can we reorganize? Let's take courage. There are tools and resources that are there through the National Positive Parenting Program. Learn as much as you can to talk to your kids about drug and substance abuse, sex and sexuality, so that you can be able to engage in these topics that we fear. Do not go into survival mode or panic mode. There are tools that are there for both men and women, young and old parents, and it's a lifelong process. As one had said, you're a parent, you're a grandparent, you're a great-grandparent. It never ends. It's a job description that does not have vacation. We must learn to connect, relate, engage, and address those challenges with our kids. And it's possible. Many have done it, and we can all do it.
It's a full-time job.
You. Yes, thank you, Trevor.
Ambija, as we end, we need to appreciate that education that we are having today is not a preparation for life. It is life itself. So we want to give the learners the opportunity to demonstrate the competencies that they are acquiring from the school. focus on the 4 C's: critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, imagination, and then the life and career skills. So to my dear parents, because I'm also one, we need to appreciate that the times we are living in requires what I will call mindset re-engineering. We need to change. And the type of changes I want us to think about are changes in 5 areas. We need to change, number 1, our values, so that we can be able to model the type of person that we want to see out of our children that we are bringing up. We need to change our standards so that the children can be able to pick up from what they are seeing. We actually need to change our judgments. They have already told us they don't need punishment. It means we are making wrong judgment and imagining that by punishing, we are changing the individual. We need to change our beliefs around what is right and what is wrong about the children, and then we need to change our behavior.
Okay.
So on behalf of the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, we are actually ready, willing, and able to partner with any organization that is ready to support parental engagement and empowerment. Okay. And that's why we have worked with the National Parents Association, and we continue. We are working with the Ziz Afrique. We are working with different churches, different organizations, just to help ensure that there is effective parental engagement and empowerment.
Thank you.
So all you need is to conduct us, and I wish you all the best.
Right. Chepkemoi.
Thank you.
Finally.
Thank you, Trevor. This evening, I think what I take home is the voices of our young ones. And the one thing that I understood is that when we invest and listen to our children, we change the narrative. And so my encouragement to the parents that we have here and those who are watching is that it is us who are like the yardstick of our children. So let's listen to our children. Let's have them as part and parcel of the discussions that we have and the developments that we make. In Ziz Afrique Foundation, we have programs, parental engagement programs that really brings forth the role of the parents and the the centrality of the parents in the growth and the learning of the children. And when they come home, it doesn't mean that learning stops, but rather parents are supposed to take up very basic responsibilities. In our program on life skills and values, we develop contextually, relevant materials that are very easy, very simple for parents to make use of, to just learn how to engage with their parents. And we do a lot of parental engagement just to bring them on board and to realize why this is important. Right. Just to emphasize what Bahati said around the learning camps. And it's something that, brings about the volunteering spirit. And this doesn't mean that teachers alone need to do this. Even parents, in their small ways, just taking your child, to school, just providing, those very basic snacks, just sitting with your child in the evening, just to listen and to do homework together is very important, and it goes a long way. Right. And lastly, parents are very critical in terms of gender equality. The norms that sometimes really take us backward are the same things that we as parents need to begin speaking around as we grow our children. Let's normalize equality. Let's ensure that our children are at home and they understand that before our eyes, they are the same. And more specifically for the children that are left behind, that we take, are very close to our hearts in Ziz Afrique Foundation. We have children who are abled differently or who are living with disabilities. We have another crop of children, the intersex children, that sometimes even within the education space get lost. They don't know whether they are a boy, whether they are a girl. I encourage parents to be part and parcel of their children's learning, to model values, and always ensure that they are living to the
truth of parenting.
All right. Thank you so much. Special thanks to Zizi Afrique Foundation for having this conversation with us. My panelists, all the parents from Bungoma, Machakos, Kajiado, the learners who are patient enough to stay with us throughout the night to talk about this. We started this on Monday. It's Tuesday now. We're still continuing this conversation. Thank you so much for making time. And that's where we leave it for now. On behalf of everyone who made this possible, we say good night and God bless. Thank you so much for making time.